Hi, and welcome to another episode of Starship Gaming, and today we're going to talk about my finds for the month of May 2019. Now, this month has been really dry for video games, especially older video games. I don't know why. I go to yard sales, but all of the yard sales in my particular area that I go to do not have any video games. I don't know why, but I did find a few this month. So our first one we're going to look at that I got was Terminator 2 Judgment Day for Game Boy. That was the first one. I played it for about 30 minutes. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, this game sucks really bad. I don't know. I don't know if it was just something that you had to grow up in the time that it came out to actually fully enjoy it, but I just didn't enjoy it. So that's my first find that I found back near the beginning of the month. My second find at this same yard sale was Radar Mission for Game Boy. It's more or less just a Battleship ripoff. It's not a bad game. I actually found myself playing it for, strangely enough, 3 hours. Of course, I have a Super Game Boy that I play it on. I don't prefer to play it on an actual Game Boy because of that, but it's more or less just Battleship. I guess that Nintendo couldn't get the rights to it. Of course, eventually an official Battleship game did come out. It actually came out for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis back in the day, which is not really too bad of a game, but this one is just more or less Battleship. I forgot to mention on the other two, I had actually only paid $1 a piece for them, so I spent $2 on those. The next one that I ended up getting was the Chess Master. I got it also for $1 at the same yard sale that I went to. And I actually loved this game. I pop it in my Super Game Boy. I've actually been playing it every single night, and I honestly play about 3 or 4 games before I call it a night. This is probably my favorite Game Boy game other than Pokemon. But I love to play it, and it's really fun. It makes you think. It's challenging. It's not too easy. And it's just one of those games that you can't help but love once you've played it for a while. So I picked up the Chess Master for $1, which is a really good deal for that game. And then really ironic, about 3 weeks after that, actually not quite 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks I'm going to say, I ended up finding the Super Nintendo version of the Chess Master, which honestly I don't like as much as the Game Boy version. I think the reason why is the way that the board is laid out. The board in the Super Nintendo version, they try to make it 3-dimensional, and I just didn't care much for it. I don't really find myself playing this one as much as the Game Boy version. Of course, I played my Game Boy version on the Super Game Boy, as I mentioned. But it's enjoyable. It's a little bit more challenging than the Game Boy version, which is okay with me. Of course, I love chess, but yeah, I found this one. So here it is, the Chess Master for Super Nintendo. Picked it up for $2. Well, that is actually all my finds for the month. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff this month. I don't know what's going on, folks out there. I live in West Virginia, and usually it's a mecca for old games because you have all these grandparents, and with all these old grandparents, they hold on to all of their children's or even grandchildren's games from late 80s, early 90s up until the early 2000s. They just don't get rid of them. I actually have a friend who still goes to his grandmother's house every Sunday just to play Super Nintendo, and he's had it there since '94. Since he was like 6 years old. But yeah, this place, it's it's a mecca for old games. But of course, I live here. I run a video game shop, and I thought I should bring this to attention. What's starting to become disturbing is that there's other stores out there, and they're charging a ridiculous arm and a leg for some of this stuff. Like, for example, a customer came to my store. He seen I had a copy of GoldenEye for $15. Yes, I'm that cheap. I'm not, a price gouger. And he's like, oh, this guy like 2 towns over has like 5 or 6 of these games. And I'm like, how much has he got them for? He's like, oh, he's selling them for $45 a piece. $45 a piece. Now that is price gouging. Price gouging to the highest extreme. And I think that, yeah, I understand they probably got a high overhead and everything, but just my message to any stores or anybody out there that sells games for way too much, please stop it. You're ruining the market for us gamers. If you're going to run a store, please be like me, at least, and sell them cheap enough to where gamers can afford them and don't have to sell a kidney to afford their games. So that's my little PSA there about greedy game shop owners there. But yeah, if you're going to sell games, be like me. Sell them cheap. Don't be a greedy Gus, or however it goes. And be fair to gamers, and gamers will be fair to you. And I've learned that over the years. I've been doing this for many years, and that's the big PSA of the day. Anyway, yes, it's a dry month out there. I don't know how good June will be, but hopefully I'll get out there and find some good stuff, and hopefully not too much. I'm walking as I'm doing this, if you hear stuff. Yeah, hopefully June is a lot better. Of course, as you see, I didn't find a whole lot, so maybe next month will be better. Maybe June will be better. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my little PSA. That was just my call to gamers saying, gamers need to be treated fairly when we buy stuff. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want more updates. We update all the time, as much as we can. I have a busy schedule running a store and all. But like and subscribe, hit the bell, and tell us. Our question of the video, I guess you could say, is, did you find anything awesome this month? If it's still May 2019 that you're watching this. If it's not, still tell us. Even if it's like February 2046 or something, tell us what you found. And until next time, I'll see you.